have a lot of events and a lot of exhibits planned for 2016, and we wanted an opportunity to kind of highlight what we did in 2015 and what we have planned for the year ahead. So we thought, well, we don't want to do a Christmas thing. There's too many Christmas events that go on in Lake County. They're all great. So we decided a New Year thing, not a New Year's Eve event, but something that people can come. It's just kind of a relaxed, a rolling event. You can come at any point in time and take a look at all the different events that we have planned for 2016. Mark them on your calendars, get prepared, and get people reinvigorated in the museum here, because we have a lot to offer, and we're looking forward to working more with the public in 2016. The library is doing a lot of different things, and we're working with them with their big read in October. This last one was the To Kill a Mockingbird, and the one that's coming up is Call of the Wild. So we're going to be having an exhibit in actually Lower Lake Museum on early landscape photography and kind of amateur photography in Lake County. We have a lot of old photographs, and if you spend any time in Lake County, you know that the landscape's something to behold, and people certainly took a lot of photographs of it. Coming in April, we're going to be having our first major exhibit here, A History of Crime and Punishment in Lake County. That's going to be opening up on April 9th. And to kick that off, we're having a murder mystery dinner on April 9th. Stay tuned for the specifics of that. And following that, in November here, we're going to be having a large exhibit on the history of politics in Lake County. Lake County has a really interesting political dynamic. You know, the Prohibition movement didn't start here, but it was here very early, and it was very volatile. There was a lot of women's suffrage clubs that were here in Lake County, so there's a lot to tell. So we're really looking forward to that exhibit. In October, we're continuing like we did this last October with Archaeology Month. Hopefully we're going to get another grant to help fund that, and we're going to have even more 6th graders come in and learn all about archaeology and the earth sciences here in Lake County. So those are just kind of a snippet of the things that we have in store for 2016.
I'm Bill Lane, President of the Friends of the Lake County Museum, and I'd just like to welcome everybody here today. And hopefully this is the beginning of several events that we'll be holding during the year. And with our new staff, I hope everyone has met Whitney over here, Assistant Curator, and then Tony, Curator, the main curator, Linda, our former curator, which is now on the board of the Friends. So anyway, thank you for coming today, and we're looking forward to seeing you all this next year, and enjoy. All right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Whitney Petrie. I'm the Assistant Curator with Lake County. I work with the museums, both the Historic Courthouse Museum as well as the Lower Lake Schoolhouse Museum, and welcome to our New Year's event. This area, we will be showing some of our new accessions, our new objects that we've received in 2015. The first thing I'd like to talk about is an accession that we received from Susan Dowse. It was from her grandfather, David McIntyre. He was a surveyor. Here we have a tripod he would have used. The tripod is a really important equipment in surveying. It allows you to set up your instruments in order to take your distances, to take points in order to plot and to map what you're trying to survey. David McIntyre was Lake County surveyor for several years. The items that we have mainly date from 1910 to 1930. We have a transit theodolite here. And if you can see, it's a little bit hard to see. But this item, this piece of equipment, this would have allowed you to do several things at once. In the 1800s, this would have been a lot more difficult. It would have been broken into 3 different instruments. So this combines distance, it has a compass on it, and it allows you to do latitude as well. So that's what this movable piece is for. pictured on the piece of equipment. Here we've got a map. It shows some shoreline measurements. In the McIntyre collection, we have several maps. It includes the main for Lakeport Street. We also received pictures of when Lakeport Street was first paved, and you can see the dirt roads in front of our historic buildings on Main Street. So that was a pretty cool picture to get because it allowed you to see the development of Lakeport. It's been a really, really great collection to receive. Here we have another transit, and this would have been used for longer distances. It doesn't have quite the same amount of capabilities as our first transit, but it would have allowed for greater distances due to the glass in it and the higher optics. This would have also sat on a tripod. Like I said, the tripod is very important. Stabilizing, getting a level spot for this equipment was your first step of surveying. That's why we started there. So that takes care of our McIntyre session. We will be doing a display at some point on surveying equipment. We have several pieces prior to our McIntyre collection. And we have all kinds of surveying history in Lake County. We have pictures of the Hopland Grade, of trucks trying to develop the road that went over Hopland Grade, and they are almost vertical. It's insane. So we have a really unique surveying and development history here in Lake County. So another piece that we recently acquired is an Ediphone. Ediphone is named after Thomas Edison, but what it basically did, it was a dictaphone. It would have been used in courtrooms to record things audio. So anything that was being spoken, you would take a wax cylinder, it would be placed on here. You have your buttons here, kind of like a sewing machine, to speak. So if someone's speaking, you're recording, and then you can play it back by pushing the repeat button. I hope I didn't have that backwards. So this is a great piece. It's not from Lake County specific, but it is directly related to our courthouse and our courtroom. So that was a great piece to get. We also have a freestanding one that's an entire cabinet that we acquired at the same time. So those are some of our sessions from 2015.
If you're interested in learning more about Lake County history or how to get involved with the museums and help us with all of our public programming, just give us a call here at the museum. We're open Wednesday through Sunday. That phone number is 263-4555. You can stop by at any time. We're open 10 to 4, Wednesday through Saturday, noon to 4. We'd be happy to tell you all about what we're doing, and we will love to find a place for you here in our growing family of museum volunteers.